And tonight, it's Chelsea against Kevin Keegan's Newcastle United, runaway leaders at the top of the First Division. We've got a great show for you coming up, including our pick of the best goals scored in the third round of the Coca-Cola Cup. But really, this one very unusual for Newcastle United because they come here on the back of their only defeat of the season. On Saturday, Newcastle beaten at home by Grimsby, thwarted by Chelsea's on-loan keeper Dave Bessant and shocked by a great late strike from Jim Dobbin. In round two, Chelsea put out Walsall, a 1-0 win here at the Bridge, following a 3-0 away victory, including this one from Andy Townsend. Also tonight, we'll be following Arsenal at Derby. David Seaman saw the Gunners to this stage with 3 vital penalty shootout saves against Millwall. And we'll see the holders, Manchester United, and their visit to Aston Villa. Brian McClare won it for them at Wembley last April. Will Big Ron put them out tonight? Well, later on in the show, we'll have the draw for the 4th round of the Cup, but we're going to start right here at the Bridge, where else, with Chelsea and Newcastle, and your match commentator, Brian Moore.
The new Chelsea strike force, Robert Fleck, record £2.1 million buy from Norwich, but with only 2 goals so far. And Mick Harford, who settled quickly as his 7 goals show. Harford has shrugged off an injury and plays. Well, the Chelsea side, Dennis Wise returns after missing Saturday's victory at Coventry, and Chelsea looking in pretty good shape. David Lee and Mal Donaghy having much to do with an impressive defensive record. The goalkeeper, Kevin Hitchcock, too. But Newcastle, not so fortunate. Here tonight, without the influence of Kevin Sheedy in midfield, Barry Venison at the back, and also without their leading scorer, David Kelly. Alan Nielsen, a 20-year-old, is at right back. Kevin Brock takes Sheedy's place in the midfield, and Mick Quinn becomes the main striker. Our referee tonight is Keith Cooper from Pontypridd, and the crowd and the mood here at Stamford Bridge tonight really is starting to bubble. Yes, it's knockout time in the Coca-Cola Cup. Newcastle United in the striped shirts attack the goal to our right, looking to bounce back from that untimely defeat by Grimsby, their first of the season up at St James's Park on Saturday. Chelsea, they're facing a side, Chelsea, who are having a good run of form at the moment. They've won their last 3. As Lee plays the ball forward, O'Brien wins it in the midfield. Peacock turning it on towards Quinn. And Lee just shepherds the ball into touch for a Chelsea throw. Driven towards Harford, whose heading ability will be a constant threat for Newcastle tonight. Corner given. It just flicked off the Newcastle defender. Who in the early part of his career had a little spell at Newcastle, in fact. Corner floated in, touched on there, and Harford just over the top. I feel that he should have, yes, the look on his face, he's annoyed with himself, feels that that really should have been on target. A little flick on from Stewart's corner, Harford met it well. Climbing over that Newcastle crossbar. Townsend to Donaghy, and now for Wise. Harford waiting in the middle. Again, young Lee Clark getting it away for Newcastle. Celebrated his 20th birthday yesterday. A youngster of fantastic promise. Newcastle with more defending to do now as Chelsea win another corner to be taken by Dennis Wise. David Lee's going forward for it, Frank Sinclair's going forward for it, and of course Mick Harford at the near post will be an obvious target as well. A little flick on, and Newcastle really at full stretch to get that away. I think it may have been Liam O'Brien who got a really valuable header there, knocking it away for another corner. A super flick on here at the near post. Chelsea players diving in, and O'Brien with a crucial header. Wise again with a corner for Chelsea. And a goal kick. Beresford forwards. Certainly get the ball forward quickly, Newcastle, but as yet there hasn't been a lot of support forthcoming either for Quinn or for Peacock in those forward areas. Here's Peacock again trying to make something out of nothing, and in fact gets a corner of Sinclair. It'll be Brock who takes it. Lee at the near post this time. Quinn is in there too. A little flick on, and Peacock's so close to finishing it off. But in fact, I think it came off a Chelsea defender. It's another corner. Another very good. Getting some great corners here tonight. Those flick-ons at the near post, and Peacock getting up well, but couldn't quite get that crucial touch. Hit it long towards Graham Stewart. Chelsea claim the corner and get it, and Wise is already getting out there to take it. Quinn coming back to defend, and more ominous from Newcastle's point of view. Big David Lee going up to the edge of the penalty area again. Half a deeper this time. And, well, that was close from Sinclair. Cannoned against the woodwork as the defender came in late on that corner from Dennis Wise. They're showing real threats from these corners. Ball towards Harford. Foul by Harford on O'Brien. Free kick. And Harford doing valuable work at the back again. O'Brien. Beresford. Taking it on. And tipped away well by Hitchcock. Good effort there by Kevin Brock. Again, just as Townsend already shown us, those driving runs from the midfield, and with a really worthy shot at the end of it. Moving in the air, and then just clipped away by a goalkeeper who's in excellent form, Kevin Hitchcock. Brock then with the corner for Newcastle. Clark playing it wide. The clearance from Harford not making much ground. Nielsen. Brock. Looking to go on the outside of Townsend. Nielsen again. Young Welshman. Brock playing it long there. Lee with the header. And they're going in, Clark, but the flag is up in any case. Either Clark or Quinn offside. Wise. Harford. Wise. Being tracked by young Lee Clark. There's his throw. Donaghy. Newton available. Wise available as well, and nice little dummy there by Dennis Wise. Okay. Chelsea looking quite threatening. Wise turns well there. Chelsea side, of course, without Paul Elliott, Steve Clark and Tony Cascarino, all with long-term injuries. Side flag up, the referee quite letting it go on. Sinclair. Scott for Newcastle. David Lee back to Kevin Hitchcock. And a Newcastle throw. Still 0-0. Liam O'Brien. Long shot, which really had to be watched. Tucked in 4 goals this season, and knowing Liam O'Brien, they mostly come from this sort of range as far as he's concerned. He's quite devastating on the edge of the box. Lee. Fell nicely into the path of Clark. Nielsen. Hit long. Quinn is up there as well. And, my goodness, that was a valuable clearance. Graham Stewart. Beresford attacking his man well. Gets it through to Mick Quinn. And a last-ditch clearance from Gareth Hall provides Newcastle with the corner. Big Newcastle following behind that Chelsea goal tonight. Corner floated in. Chelsea lining up to get it away, and it was Nielsen who was not so far from returning it across the face of the goal and into the far corner, or rather Howie. So a Chelsea goal kick. Wise with a little backward header. Howie with the clearance for Newcastle. Chelsea's throw to be taken by Gareth Hall. Edge of the Newcastle penalty area. Fleck takes it up now, and a deflection off Kevin Scott for the corner. This is where you always feel goals might materialise from these corners. They've served in some very good ones, both sides tonight. Wise with this one now for Chelsea. Harford at the near post. Lee and Sinclair waiting to pounce as well. It's a deep one towards David Lee. Gets the header down. Fisted away, not very well, and knocked off the line by Lee Clark. Value of having a man on the line down by the post was certainly illustrated there. Wise. Crossed in again. Good spell this for Chelsea. Harford is in there. Fleck is in there. But again, Scott doing well. But Chelsea a moment ago so close to a goal before it was belted off the line by young Lee Clark. Bryan taking that away to Hall. Fleck to Wise to Fleck. Lovely ball played by Wise. And the ball knocked away. Now I wonder what the referee's going to give here. He was quite happy that there wasn't a foul. But it was a linesman's decision, and Newcastle, I think, worried for a moment that it might have been a penalty, but it was clearly outside the box, and this solely the linesman's decision. So let's see what Chelsea can do with this. They've got Andy Townsend and Dennis Wise behind it. Lee up from the back and Harford, the two big men. Still can't make up their mind quite what they're going to do. Wise is going to dink it to the far side, and it's been knocked in by Frank Sinclair. So 14 minutes into the second half, a disputed free kick, which the linesman gave after the referee had said play on, was taken, and the free kick met superbly by Sinclair. It's his first of the season, and a valuable one for Chelsea. Stewart. Well, the crowd thought that had gone in, and for a moment I must say I thought so too, but it was into the side netting. And it's a goal kick for Newcastle. Took it well. Got it onto the left foot. But no goal. Here's Peacock. Little touch for Brock. Beresford brought down by Wise. Quinn. Beresford once more. cross coming in. And a goal! And it's Robert Lee has made it 1-1. His first goal for Newcastle. And Newcastle are back on terms. Beresford with the cross. And Lee with a header wide of a stranded Hitchcock. So 1-1. Dennis Wise. Well defended again by Beresford. Townsend. Newton. Ball played in again for Townsend. Gets the better of Brock. Super defending though for Newcastle United. By Robert Lee, the goal scorer. Ball with the throw, hooked away without great conviction, only as far as David Lee, but now Newcastle do spring out. Lee. Sinclair alone is back and the flag is up for an offside. 9 minutes left. Great piece of defending as Townsend got in and Lee saved Newcastle there. Another throw for Chelsea. Ball with it. Wise trying to hold up Scott. Fleck. Ball. Comes to Wise. O'Brien charging. Sinclair gets there first. Plays a lovely long ball to the far side. To Lasso, who's now come on. Newton. Made in again. Graham Lasso is on, and Graham Stewart is, I think, who's gone off. So Wise again with a corner for Chelsea. Floated in, get it away, only as far as Donachie. Knocked in once again. Harpert! Chelsea. On target for Chelsea. Lee putting it away. Ball caught by Kevin Keegan. Thrown quickly to his man to get the ball in play again. O'Brien playing it on. Played wide here now for Beresford. Newcastle looking in these last moments for another equaliser. O'Brien with a shot, brilliantly saved by Hitchcock. He caught that superbly. Hitchcock for a moment looked as though he might be going the wrong way, but he pulled out a real thriller of a save. Coming up for an offside against Dennis Wise, who's about 30 yards offside. In fact, the referee's allowing the game to go on. No, it's not the final whistle. The Chelsea players and the fans thought for a moment it was. In fact, it's a free kick to Newcastle United. Hit long in the last forlorn hope for Newcastle, but will it be forlorn? Peacock plays it for Clark. Howe is in there. Hitchcock's in there for Chelsea. And that is the final whistle. And Chelsea go through to the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup. Newcastle, beaten for the first time on Saturday, are beaten again here. But their performance was an excellent one. But Chelsea it was who matched them and got the goals. Frank Sinclair the first one, and then after Robert Lee had scored an equaliser for Newcastle United, Big Mick Harford gets the winner close to the end for Chelsea. So the final score here at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 2, Newcastle United 1.
Well, we've moved into the press room here at Stamford Bridge, and I've been joined by Mick Harford, Mick Sunderland born, and I would think knocking Newcastle out of a cup is especially sweet to you.
Yeah, I think a few people back home will be very pleased. They'll have a drink on me tonight, I'm sure.
Kevin Keegan says you've been doing that sort of thing for 20 years, is he right?
Not that long, and not in such important games as tonight. It was a great game, I thought, and all credit to Newcastle. They came and made it a very good game, and they made us fight all the way.
I think over the piece you've just about shaded it though, and if you can have a look at the goal, they used to call you the head waiter at the old far post, didn't they, Mick? And
yeah, it's a great ball in from Dennis. He's first time I had an idea what he would do, and I mean it looks quite simple there, but it was the big crowd there and everything. It was quite daunting really when you see it there.
But Newcastle made you battle, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought they played very well. They come down and played attractive football at times, I thought. The big lad at the back was making big runs into the box, and I was having to go back all the time, and the old legs got a bit tight towards the end, but no, it was a well-deserved victory, I thought.
Do you think finally, Mick, that Chelsea could just be a cup team this season?
I think all the ingredients are there for a good cup run. We got players who can turn games, the likes of Dennis, Flecky, Bobby Stewart. We've got players who can turn games in an instant, and if we get the luck we deserve, I think we can have a good run and hopefully get a good draw.
Mick, thanks very much indeed for joining us. And a bit later on in the show, we'll find out who Chelsea have drawn in the next round. But next, it's Derby against Arsenal, and that's right after the break.